Hello, welcome back to another Navigator video. This is finally the video where I talk about my Navigator I bought. So this will basically just be an overview of what I got, how much I paid for it, what kind of options are equipped with it, and we are also going to look at a couple of things this vehicle has equipped it. And I'll just talk about some problems I was having and what I did to remedy said problems. So what this is basically a 2010 Lincoln Navigator L. So this is the long wheelbase version with about 24.5 cubic feet of additional cargo space behind the third row seat. So it is only extra trunk space you are gaining with the L. Also, it looks longer because it is. So this big glass panel piece has been extended. The body after the third row seat has been extended, and the subwoofer has been slightly pushed back from the third row seat. Also includes a cargo management system, which I will show you, and a 33.5 gallon fuel tank. This is equipped with, they came standard with 85. This is the 5.4 liter Triton V8 in this thing. Yes, later they came with the EcoBoost you could get in the revision, I believe they did. So we can go ahead and pop this. Power lift, power close, since a full-size SUV. This is the additional cargo room you are getting. Basically, everything from here to here is additional. And if you did not have an L, this would be gone, and this centerpiece would be pushed in. So it is overall a lot bigger. The cargo management system is this. You can have it like this as a divider. You can also move it up as a little storage, which can hold, according to this, max 30 pounds. You also get some additional room right here. Here I have a CB radio with all channels plus the emergency channel. With the Navigator, you also get power third row seating. They are not one touch, you have to hold them, and the headrest you have to move up and down manually. So I will go ahead and do that. There we go. And speaking of cargo room, the second row seats also fold down. This has the two captain chairs and the center console for the second row. So I can go ahead and show you that. And with the L, you also get power running boards, which fold in and out. So for the second row seat, we can pop the headrest down and then fold the seat and then activate cargo mode, which will give us a flat load floor. And if you want to move the seat up, you can grab the seat, move it up, and then pull this handle again, and our strut assisted seat will help us lift the seat up so we can get access to the third row seat, which makes getting in and out pretty easy. But we'll go ahead and close this, activate our seat. And the second row is equipped with second row heated seats. This does have the auxiliary climate control, so heated and cooling and air conditioned. The newer Navigators had a household outlet right above here. This one doesn't, but you can get inverters that will convert the 12 volt to 240 volt. This one specific is a 150 watt inverter. So you can plug in game consoles to the infotainment system, which has composite or RCA. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. But you can get HDMI to RCA. So technically you could hook up a Roku stick to this and then just play movies over on the entertainment system through the THX2 certified sound system, which was exclusive to the Lincolns at the time. The Fords did not get THX certified sound system. They just got a premium sound system. I don't think it was branded as anything, just SoundMark, which still sounds good. So we'll go ahead and fold these seats up. I forgot how long, but I think it's like 10 minutes or 15 minutes of inactivity after the door's opened. The power seats will no longer work, so you have to open and close the door again. So we'll just go ahead and do that. There we go. And to fold these up, we need to pull this with two hands, pull this, and then move the seat up. I can't seem to get that, so we're going to do that. Here's our subwoofer we were talking about. This is an 8-inch subwoofer. On the non-Ls, this would be pushed forward, so it would basically be right there where the center of the camera is, and that's what the subwoofer would be. Power fold. We also have a handle here, so we can go ahead and push this, and it'll beep through the, I don't know what it'll beep through. I think it might be the rear Procunate speaker or the tweeters in the back. There we go, trunk is successfully locked. And this also has, the glass also comes up. There's a button underneath of here. We can push, which will pop it up. Strut supported, so we can get access in and out. It's electronic, since this is a luxury car, you know, more premium than, you know, just your standard 2000s wagon Taurus, which my friend has. I believe it's a manual, but this is an electronic button. And the rear wipers also attaches to this. This rear wiper is pretty nice because from the rear view mirror side, this wiper covers basically all the way up to here and then cleans. Some of them I've seen that pretty poor, that they only cover, they don't even go up all the way. They just, you know, only do like a portion of the windshield, and it's like, it could do better than that. I compound and buffed and polished this thing. So it does look pretty good. Clean up the chrome wheels. These are 20-inch optional, let's see, if that's 14 spoke wheels. And on these, when I got them, they are Firestone LE3 destination wheels. They still have some tread life left on them, and I did rotate them. This is a 4-wheel drive system with 4-wheel drive auto. It's Ford's IWE integrated wheel assembly, I believe, so it's vacuum operated locking hubs. And you might say, oh, that's going to fail at some point, but you know, it probably will. But it's a luxury car, and this is what you're paying for as a luxury car, and this is what people bought if you had money. So I assume you didn't really care about that, because you just buying this, and then at the end of its useful life, you just get rid of it and just buy another one. This vehicle is equipped with the Elite package, so we have a power moonroof with a medium overhead console, a voice-activated navigation system with Sirius Travel Link, 10 GB hard drive, 5.1 THX surround sound, a jukebox, view seat entertainment system, and this also has the Class 3 and 4 heavy-duty trailer tow package. So we have rear load leveling air suspension in the back, which is basically just the airbags are right above the shocks. So they're kind of like one assembly, but you can separate them, which is different than my town car, which had a shock and the air spring separately. So I don't know which design I like better, but I feel like this would give you a more definitive ride, you know, that you can have. We also have a frame-mounted heavy-duty hitch receiver with a 4 and 7-pin wiring harness, and a brake module, that harness in here. So you need an aftermarket one to hook this in. Now I need to clean this up a little bit. So here's our hitch, and here's our 4-pin right here, and our 7-pin. Get this right. It's right here. There we go. I'll just leave this like this. I'll clean this later. But I bought this for $4,750. One of the reasons it's so cheap is because it has a lot of miles on it. It has 190,000 miles on this thing, and the frame underneath the car is pretty rusty, since it's basically been in Wisconsin almost its entire life. I don't have the Carfax, but definitely the earliest 2013. So this definitely is a Midwestern car. But the frame is solid, suspension solid. There isn't any rust holes like that. But we also have the famous exhaust manifold leak on this side. So it just clicks like. I'll fire it up at some point. But yeah, that's fun to do. Just kidding, not really. I'm gonna have a friend, some guy I know in Illinois that I watch his YouTube videos. Watch Wes Work. He's in Illinois. He's about 3 hours from me, and I found his shop, and he's public, so I might go to him to do that. The OEM part is like $200 for the exhaust manifold studs and the nuts, so I'm going to do that. I also had the air compressor fail on me on a trip. There's a video about that. I placed it with a Dorman air compressor, and that basically fixed my problem. I have buffed out these headlights and then polished them and sealed them, so they wouldn't do it again in a few years. So I got to keep applying the sealant to that. I cleaned the corrosion off of these running boards with a wire wheel, and then I spray painted them 3 coats of matte black, so they do look a lot better. And then this has some body rust on it. So as you can see, I took a wire wheel to these two areas and then cleaned them up and then spray painted them. Still looks better than having different shades of brown. This side's the worst. There's a hole right there, and there's a couple of spots right there, but it looks a lot better. And it's just, you know, a solution, I guess. And these Navigators have this Aero Ford have a problem where the rear tailgate, this is an aluminum alloy, and the aluminum underneath the paint starts to rust. I shouldn't even be a thing, but it is. So I also took a wire wheel to a bunch of these parts here, there, and on top of the trunk. I also have a video about that. Took a wire wheel, cleaned them up, masked them with painter's tape, and then spray painted them 3 coats of black because this will be exposed to the elements and especially car washes. So I want it to kind of have that gloss black look to it, and that's what I sprayed. Rust-Oleum gloss black spray paint. And that's what I did. And it seemed to be holding up pretty well. Also did the same up here. This has a roof rack. Back to options. This for the Class 3 and 4 heavy-duty tow package. This has a heavy-duty radiator, flasher, and transmission cooler. You could upgrade the transmission cooler in this thing. Some might consider it pretty sad. Let's see if this focuses. That thing in front, I believe, is the transmission cooler. Or might be baked into the AC condenser. I'm not too sure about that. And with that, you get the control track. So that's the 4-wheel drive system. And you also get trailer sway control, which comes with the tow package to help with swaying. And you also get the roll stability control, which cannot be deactivated on this model. You can only deactivate traction control. So it has, you know, all the safety features: ABS, stability control, you know, roll control with yaw sensors and accelerator sensors and stuff like that to help you keep firmly planted. This way it is configured, a Navigator L with the tow package 4-wheel drive can tow 8,500 pounds, which is a lot. It's slightly more than my friend's 22 Tahoe, which can tow just a couple of pounds less than that, but this is a heavy car if you look it up. This also has the chrome upper grille. So, let's see. This piece is an option. It's embedded into the hood assembly, so I believe this is not a dealer installed accessory, because there was a dealer installed accessory where you could just get this and it basically just kind of glue itself on there. And they also sell those on eBay aftermarket, but this one is molded into the hood, so I believe this is a factory option and a factory hood. Okay, so this is 20-inch 7-spoke wheels. That's what the brochure says about them. So the only real option, this has the Elite package and the heavy-duty trail package, towing package. This is missing the monochrome appearance package and the monochrome limited edition package, which would say limited edition right under here, and all the headrests would be embroidered with the Lincoln logo. On this Navigator, only the 2 front row seats are. There's a Navigator emblem, and they're over there. And the other ones do not have that. Also, there was a contrast piping seats available. This does also not have that. But as a Navigator, compared to the Expeditions of the era, you also got a lot of standard options that the Expeditions had options only for. So that's kind of a reason to buy a Navigator. So this has heated and cooled front seats, tri-zone climate, 1, 2, and then the 3rd row seats. So that's 3. The GSX sound system, the navigation system, the sunroof, rain sensing wipers, I believe, were standard, automatic dimming rearview mirror, and I believe one of these side view mirrors also dim as well. Leather seats on the 1st and 2nd row. The 3rd row seats are vinyl, but they are a nice vinyl. I've seen way worse vinyl on cars, and this is a nice vinyl. I like it, and the seat also has a lot of nice give to it. So I give this in a full detail as well. Sorry, they're very dim in here. So we got about 9 cup holders in this thing, a true American vehicle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Nice. WeatherTech floor mats all the way around. I also have a non-WeatherTech floor mat where if you drop down the third row seats, you can get a giant rubber floor mat. I also have that as well. That's at my apartment in my house. This is tuxedo black paint. So this paint has a pearl to it. I don't know if I can get it to show up on the camera. You can see it, a lot of sparkles in there, but it basically wants to focus on the stuff behind me since it's so shiny. And this is charcoal black leather with ebony wood. So there's the ebony wood, charcoal black leather. So this is the black on black Navigator. We got 8-way power seats. So 6, 7, 8. No, wait. Sorry, 10-way. Yeah, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 10-way power seats because they include a lumbar. Both driver and passenger. Express up and down front windows. Though at the moment, the front up on the driver's side doesn't work for some reason. Somebody replaced the glass on that side with like Plinkton glass, which I hear is, kind of cheap, but they do meet DOT standards apparently. There's DOT numbers on there. Focus. Nope, it's not going to focus. We also got fog lamps and HID projector headlamps as well. And something I noticed is that if you look at the grill on the centerpiece, you can see it kind of flow into the headlight. I really just noticed that yesterday, that it clicked in my brain, but that is a pretty nice touch. I do like it. Unlike the old 5.4 liters in the 2000s Navigators, Ford fixed the spark plugs launching into the stratosphere, and they also fixed the spark plugs threads stripping themselves out. But with the 5.4, this also suffers from kind of timing issues. And the reason I bought this one is because the guy fixed it on this specific engine. Ooh, that's a tough word to say. So that is one of the main reasons I bought this, and also it was cheap. And it rides pretty good. There's a hollow thunk in the front passenger side, but my motto for this car is not to replace anything suspension component-wise until it literally cracks in half or it makes a noise so bad I can't even bear it anymore. Because there's a lot to take apart to get to anything in the suspension. You basically have to remove the front knuckle for any sort of suspension work or move it out of the way, so ball joint poppers and fun stuff like that. I also had to replace this heater hose. The original one, Ford used plastic T-fittings. This is a Dolman one, and Dolman uses this alloy or metal T-fittings right here, because the original one started leaking right at the bottom, and it would leak into the spark plug area. So I replaced that. That was about like $20 to $30 right there. That guy also replaced spark plugs on it, so it does idle fine. It's just that ticking noise from the exhaust manifold leak, and I know that's leaking because, I've diagnosed it. I saw the snap stud on there. But I've done about every single fluid on this thing, and I've just had my parents detailing it right now. So I've done, oil, obviously, coolant, power steering fluid. I have not done brake fluid yet because I plan on rebuilding the brake system, so calipers, rotors, brake pads, because some of them are getting in pretty sad shape. I've done the front and rear differentials on this thing, and I've also done the transmission fluid. So I believe that's basically all the fluid. So maintenance-wise, this thing's tip-top and ready to go. Almost. Forgot brake pads. But I'm going to do that later when I get some money. I haven't had any issues with this Easy Fuel system. I know Ford has some problems with those, but I haven't had any. So this is definitely an earlier revision of that. I'm going to go get the keys and fire this thing up, and I'll show you the head unit and that exhaust tick and some other things about this. These SUVs, the Navigator and the Expedition, share the most in common, but this is at heart based off the F-150 platform. So, tried and true, I guess, depending on what you think of the generations. But when all is said, all is done, it's the F-150. but it rides like a Lincoln because Lincoln can tune the shocks and the struts to kind of give it that more of a fluidity ride to it, and that's definitely what this does. You know, it rides like a truck, but it also kind of doesn't because of the way the shocks and struts kind of float down the road, and that's what I like about this, being a Lincoln and such. So the 5.43 valve, 310 horsepower, and 365 foot-pounds of torque, 35-gallon fuel tank, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Focus. So you can hear that exhaust leak ticking. And once the RPMs go down, it'll go away. But this engine also does have, when you're coasting down the road, it'll deactivate the injectors themselves, which is, I think, a lot better design than complete cylinder deactivation, because you're just turning off the injectors. Everything still moves. You're not just burning through that much gas. But this is it. This does not have a digital speedometer, which is absolutely insane. I can't believe they don't. But I do really like this instrument cluster, the bright white light of this thing. Let's, there we go. We can see the beautiful white light everywhere. And Ford uses LEDs for the most part on almost everything, which is a lot better than what GM used to do. I don't know if they still do it, but they use like incandescents on like the controls, and they just burn out, and it's just like, why GM? So yeah, but I completely updated the navigation in this head unit and the navigation software, and I also updated the sync system. So this is on the latest. This is Sync 1 with voice activated navigation. This is what this is called. Oh, Sync 1 with touch, and it was on like 3.8, and I updated it to 4.6, which is the latest official version. There is a 4.8 apparently, but according to what I could find on Ford's website when I was searching for downloads, this is the latest version they had. So I got some things tuned up for my preferences. I got surround sound on, so the 5.1, it truly does sound like surround sound, and 600 watts of power for stereo, so any seat you're sitting in, you get the, every seat is first class according to this thing for the sound system wise and just seating. This has best in class third row legroom, so it's a lot better than a minivan or a crossover for that matter, because of just the pure legroom in the third row seat, and it's a lot easier to get in and out because of this is a full size SUV. I guess I can activate the TSX demo over here. Of course, me recording on my phone doesn't give it nearly enough credit as it should, barely anything, so you're not really hearing the surround sound as it's intended, but oh well. Series Travel Link, sat radio, standard, AM, FM. It does not have HD radio, which is a bummer, as I thought it probably would, but the jukebox is the hard drive. We can rip DVDs or music CDs to the hard drive and listen to them. Rear zone is headphones, rear controls, rear aux. So that's the rear entertainment system. So the red, white, and yellow. The rear DVD, so you can play a DVD in here and watch it on this screen, or you can play a DVD in the entertainment system and watch it on that one. You cannot watch it on both at the same time, which is a bummer, because the 2013 Town & Country that I knew, you could. This one doesn't. I don't know if newer Navigators you could, but oh well. There isn't too much here. This also has Bluetooth, so phone call history. Ford like to advertise their 911 dialing immediately instead of contacting you through a call provider. So basically they're just picking on OnStar, GM's version of emergency dialing, and they said how this will connect you directly to 911 instead of, a service call people. TravelLink, it's like $6 a month. I probably will get it. But at the moment, it's deactivated. So, a bummer. But oh well. Navigation, automatic climate control. There isn't too much In information, I've been running 85 on this thing, so I've been getting about 13 miles a gallon just highway cruising. You know, timer, trip A, trip B, miles to empty. Setup just includes some system check, oil life, units, the auto lamp. Actually, I think I might change that to 60 while I'm at it. Auto lock, auto unlock, running boards. I have an auto. I'll turn them off in the winter. Power lift gate on, easy entry off. So that'll move the steering wheel up and down because this is power steering wheel. And it actually works unlike a Toyota. Haha. Well, it doesn't break as much because apparently on Toyotas those just broke all the time. So yep, that's basically it for the instrument cluster. Volume, next, voice, media, end call, cruise control, on and off. The sunroof, as I was talking about, express open and close, and we're gonna head to the back. I've always wanted a Navigator L, and I finally got one. My friends talked me out of buying a 06 generation one. Seats in the third row are nice and comfy. You got plenty of legroom back here. The entertainment system, we have the infrared lights. Looks like it's sync right now. We also have kind of a menu to look at some stuff back here. Return, Lincoln. And I have some things for the rear passengers, wipes, and this has both the headphones and also has the remote control for everything, so that's pretty nice. And with this Navigator, if the front row seats are listening to a specific music, the third row seats, you can put on some headphones and listen to something else entirely. So you can, you know, plug in the headphones or use the wireless ones, and let's say the front seats are listening to, I don't know, FM radio. You can listen to satellite radio or AM radio, I think. Or you can just watch a movie on your own. But everyone's got phone these days, so that's why I said hooking up a Fire Stick. I think that'd be pretty cool. DVD slot. And let's hop in the third row so I can show you that. So, hop in here and then close this. I'm 6'2", and I feel pretty comfortable in this thing. I can put my feet in the underneath the second row seats. And nice cup holders. Climate. I know that's basically it for this. You know, it's a 7-seater. I can watch the movie entertainment. I can be on my phone. I probably would have wished there would have been something more back here, like maybe some lights or, oh come on, look. Well, something else to keep the passengers entertained, like maybe a extra power port or something to plug in your phone. But you know, the legroom is nice and it's good. And when we were on our road trip, shaking with my friends, we had no complaints. So, turn this off. Still working. So this is going to be a 30-minute video. I don't even know if anyone's going to watch it all the way. If you do, that would be quite interesting. Just make sure just me blabbering all the time. So, yep, I also have the keypad key code for that as well. So this is it, my 2010 Lincoln Navigator L. I'm very happy with this. When I bought this, I definitely wanted this specific one with navigation, and it had to be an L. Hopefully it still has a lot of miles left on it. If I keep doing oil change, keep taking care of it, I think it'll be doing good. No major problems as of yet. And with this, if my town car ever has a problem I need to take it, I could just rent a auto transport from U-Haul and then tow my town car with this thing since it's a truck. But this is pretty much just for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and Jesus loves ya.